But on that, I'm going to give this over to John Ward. He has put out a short today to kind of cover a little bit, and then we'll catch the Social Security topic on the back end.
Elon Musk has brought attention to discrepancies in the Social Security Administration's database. Discrepancies that include more than 10 million people over the age of 120 and more than 1 million over 150, with the oldest Social Security recipient coming in at 360 years old, or roughly the age of the Mayflower. Likewise, the total number of recipients is just under 400 million, or about 60 million more American Social Security recipients than there are Americans. Who are these vampires? Or where did the money actually go? Leave your theories in the comments, unless you're one of these Nosferatus, in which case just don't bite me.
I really like the analogy to it's like the age of the Mayflower. That really put it in perspective like there's at least one person.
I mean, the country is only 50 years old,
right.
249 years old right now, which is insane to think about how young the country is. And then you have Social Security checks being printed out for people older than the country is. I can go out on a limb and say maybe there's a typo there, maybe, but given the other numbers, it's probably not.
One person in the age of 360 to 369 years old, clerical error, fine and dandy. 6,000 people that are in the 170 to 179 age bracket. That goes a little bit deeper,
Josh,
half of this chart is people over 100.
I think I know some of them. Actually, this one right here we have in studio today. Where is he? There he is.
Hey, Mitch.
Oh, dude, where's your Social Security check at? You been cashing that thing, dude? Oh man, got my Thuzlo over here cashing Social Security checks.
You're throwing our financier under the bus. How do you think we were able to pay for this studio? We're cashing in Mitch's Social Security checks.
Oh Lord, maybe that's who it is on Social Security. Mitch is so old; he's just filed under 350 years old.
Could be, but yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting. Even I what was it, a week, 2 weeks ago, where Elon Musk posted pictures about all the Social Security records are kept on paper in like a limestone mine.
Yeah.
That looks like is out of the 50s because it was built in the 1950s. And even it's crazy. That there is not only, obviously this is indicative of negligence, but it's fraud because the amount of people that are over 120 years old getting checked. People are fudging the numbers.
Really, you could just start at 100. But even beyond that, the amount of people on Social Security is more than we have people in the country.
Right. It's not even like,
that's an insane number, dude.
Yeah, it's not even like Uncle Bobby died and they didn't announce, they just buried him in the back and they're keeping the checks coming in.
Yes,
they are manufacturing people to send money to send Social Security checks.
How many people do you think, as a percentage, are over? Was it 65? You start receiving Social Security. How many people, as a percentage, are over 65? We have 330 million people in the country. You have a 65. Look, even if we just gave them, even if we said literally half the people in the United States are over the age of 65 and receiving Social Security, you still have another 150 million people receiving Social Security every month. That's insane.
It's nuts. And I wanted to ask this. I didn't look this up before we pulled up that chart. Is this only Social Security or is this also Medicare and Medicaid? Because, obviously the numbers that grab your attention immediately are all the people in 100 plus years old getting Social Security checks. But you just go back up to the top. How many, the thing's kind of grayed out, but it's 40 something million people?
This is pulled directly from Social Security Administration.
Okay.
That's insane.
There
dude.
are 48 million 9-year-olds or 48 million, what is it? Yeah, 48 million 9-year-olds getting Social Security checks. I didn't know there was that many people with Benjamin Button's disease, but Like
maybe,
clearly,
maybe it's just pulling. Maybe it's just pulling directly. Oh, let's see.
Because I'm confused. Shouldn't the number begin at age 65?
You would
Why
think
are the
so.
people
Maybe we
younger
got
than that?
a different look at this.
I mean,
I don't
like
know.
I was saying,
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're reading this wrong.
age range 0 to 9.
I
It
don't
goes
think
by
so,
decade.
man.
Why? Because I'm wondering, is that like obviously the people over the age of 100, the millions of people over the age of 100 getting Social Security checks. Why are people from age 1 to 9? And what is it says like 38, almost 39 million people from 0 to 9.
I think that's
getting
people
Social Security
receiving
checks.
Social Security is what it looks like.
I'm wondering, yeah, like
It's almost like people are filing for Social Security of people that already exist, and they're just sending it somewhere else.
Oh, I see.
But
what you
even
mean. Well,
regardless, the point stands. There's more people
there's
on
rampant fraud.
on this sheet than Americans in America. I mean, either way, they're manufacturing numbers, and obviously ages. I mean, dude. I mean, what's that? 16,000 people over the age of like 110.
I love kind of at the bottom, you see like obviously people from 190 to 199, it's like 400 people. Then for some reason from 220 to 230, it jumps up to 1,000 people. Wonder what was going on 200 years ago that caused that many people to stick around.
Put them
you know?
even at what, 1,800?
Yeah, I know.
Is 1,800 just a default? Hey, they were born on January 1st, 1,800.
I guess
that would
so.
make them 225 years old.
Everyone born after like the Revolutionary War, you know, the patriotism is keeping them going.
Is that what keeps you going?
Yeah,
Mitch. Still going?
The American flag behind him is keeping those bones energetic. But it is kind of funny because you and I are very critical, like you know, talking about Ashley Sinclair and Elon Musk. We're very critical of people on the right because I do think, like as you've said before, there is a split on the right, and it will only continue to divide, where people on both sides, there will eventually be a party split in the right. But what's interesting, it is kind of a breath of fresh air to like to go back to a time when it seemed like the worst people in the world were the liberals, like the true enemy were the liberals, because the liberal outcry about this has been just nuts. Like, I'm willing to be critical of Elon Musk. I'm willing to say he's not a flower child. He's not a miracle worker. He's fudging some things. He's being dishonest about this. He's got all these baby mamas, you know, this, that, and the third. But what's interesting is that like the left, they're not even being like, there was a time where they could just straight up lie and everyone would believe them. But so many people haven't caught on. You know, Elon Musk with that graph, even if he is fudging the numbers, there's no way he could think he'd get away with that much. There's clearly fraud going on, and he's trying to expose that. And the left is doing their best to characterize this as he's taking away your Social Security number.
I'll give you, I mean, it didn't just start when Elon was going after Social Security numbers right here. I had my grandma call me maybe a week ago now, and she called me and asked me, is Trump going to take her Social Security away? And I said, no. Even if he did take the Social Security away, he can't simply just take it away from people that are literally living on it right now.
Yeah.
It would be a process. But that narrative had already gotten out there even before DOGE had gotten into the Social Security accounts or the Social Security numbers where they could look at you know how much fraud was actually going on. So this is being built up over time, over the week or so, because they know it's coming. This is something that they can actually fight, where they can't fight USAID money because we know it's going to condoms in Pakistan or something stupid. Palestine, is that where their condoms were going?
They're sending the condoms to the
$50 million or
Palestinians.
something retarded to Palestine for condoms. But you want me to go ahead and play the hearing?
Let's do it.
Mr. Talcove, do you know how much money a day Mr. Musk will receive from the federal government for his contracts?
No.
The answer is $8 million a day. Just last year, Elon Musk was promised $3 billion from close to 100 contracts with the federal government. Ms. Royal, do you know how much the average person in this country who survives on Social Security, one of our seniors who's worked their entire life, about how much they have to survive on a day?
I do not.
$65 a day. We're not looking into Elon Musk's $8 million a day. This subcommittee, chaired by Marjorie Taylor Greene and the House Republicans, is looking into your grandmother's $65 a day. Let me be clear. I think we would all support taxpayer savings, look into money we might needlessly send to billionaires and big corporations, find taxpayer savings, and send it back to your hardworking family. But instead, what House Republicans and the Trump-Musk administration want to do is they want to look into your kids' lunch money, your kids' teacher's salary, into your grandparents' Social Security. They want to take that money and give it out in billionaire tax cuts, and they're talking about that in committee tomorrow. In Budget Committee tomorrow, they just released their plan. So let me be clear. When Republicans talk about government efficiency in this Congress, they're not looking into billionaires who don't pay their taxes. They're not looking into billionaires who get rich off of government contracts. They're not looking into Elon Musk firing watchdogs who are supposed to keep him accountable. They're looking at cutting your public schools. They're going straight for your Social Security. They're coming straight for cancer research. They're coming straight for the Department of Education. They're not looking at big tech. They're not looking at big pharma because those people fund their campaigns.
Well, maybe we are going after the lunch money. Is there lunch money due to fraud? Are they frauding the federal government? Are these people lying about how much money they make? Are they lying about whatever income to get food stamps? I don't know. I mean, maybe we are going after the lunch money. If they're lying about it, then they shouldn't be getting it.
We're definitely going after somebody's nest egg,
Somebody's
bread
lunch
basket,
money.
whatever you want to call it. Somebody's getting very upset here. But it's like you said, it's not even like, I feel like some people, I feel like the smarter Democrats, like I'd probably say Gavin Newsom, you know, he's been awfully quiet, you know. He's still anti-Trump, but he's coming to the table on certain things. And I think because he's not like this hardcore, like pro-tranny liberal to the core. He's a Gavin Newsom firster. So the narrative, like basically what DOGE has done is exposed an insane amount of fraud going on, and they know they can't defend it. They know that saying, oh, they're coming after your Social Security, oh, they're coming after, grandma's check. They're saying all those, like, they know that the people don't buy that. You know, Maxine Waters, no one cares about Maxine Waters. The DNC doesn't care about Maxine Waters. They'll let her go out and say whatever nonsense she wants to tout. But the people with actual, like, I don't know if clout's the right word, but the people with actual, like, political promise on the Democrat side, AOC became famous for being the speaks her mind type. She's not talking about this. She may have said a thing or two, but she's not like coming out full force like we're used to seeing from her. And I think that's because the DNC sees potential in her, and they're like, hey, you can't come out against this. It's not a good look. So I think, like, I'm really enjoying seeing the dumb Democrats that aren't really in the inner circle. You know what I mean? Like they're not at the Mercury level orbit, kind of crashing out over this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this crash out is them trying to protect their funds. I mean, they're getting paid off of this. There's no doubt about that. I think Crowder did a dive back not too long ago on the 2020 election, trying to uncover where did the funding come from to support all of the fraud in the election. And a lot of it was through government funds. And so, I mean, it's not going to be anytime soon, but I think eventually we will be able to track a lot of this money back into the pockets of these people and then back into the election that was stolen or rigged.
Right.
It's all connected. And I think the system's crumbling down.